I guess I could probably consider this a more raw, like unedited vlog. I felt like I had a little bit of a snobbish perspective towards thrifting. Our aprons, as well as house dresses. Does anybody else out there relate to me? Can you please tell me that I'm normal? Something my friend mentioned the other day is if we do engage in that kind of behavior, then we're not really proving a point about opting out of the rat race to be more feminine and to take homemaking more serious, because we're kind of just applying it to homemaking and femininity.
Please send me eyebrow help. Let me know your suggestions. I have tried many different things. Yay, guess what I'm cooking?
I'm always showing you things that I got at the thrift store. Today is no different. I am still going to show you things I got at the thrift store because I'm going to add them to my Pyrex collection. I got a few of these bowls. I got one of these rugs. And if you've been around for a long time, you know that I have a few of these kind of like in pink as well as light green. I just think that they are nice at entrances, also where the dogs make a mess. They're a little bit nicer than your average rug. Last vlog, I showed you that I got a Pyrex from the Woodland collection, and I scored honestly big time because I actually found other pieces that match this collection. So maybe someday I can have a full set. And I have been collecting Christmas things for the past year. I've been searching for little gems, and I found this cute elf tray. It's so cute. This is going to be excellent when I have people over just for a few Christmas treats, some snacks, some coffee around the holiday season. I'm also trying different types of pillows with brownish patterns. I will try to set a few of them up and show you. So I got these, don't worry, I washed them. The only reason I put the receipt here was because I have some things to take back to the thrift store that are clothing items. And I also got an Apple Watch for our anniversary. My husband got me an Apple Watch because he knows that my friends do a lot of those steps challenges. I still have to hook it all up. Do you have an Apple Watch? What's the best feature that you find that you use on the Apple Watch? Basically, just tell me if you have one and why you like it. I am not the best when it comes to technology. That's why when some of you leave me a comment about my improvements in my vlogging style as well as video style, I really appreciate it because I try to do my best effort to watch tutorials as well as those people who give advice on how to make better YouTube videos. So I'm glad that it shows because it really is a little bit of a struggle for me. So here I am kind of playing around with the different style pillows. As you can tell, a lot of the pillows I have like brown undertones, but I'm also trying to incorporate a little bit of reds and oranges as we transition into fall. Now I put this one against this other pillow, but I'm not sure if it quite matches. I will have to ponder it for a few days. In my last vlog, I also showed you that I needed something to go in this area, which is next to my fireplace. I found a picture that I think suits it well, but I also want to kind of layer two frames, perhaps get another picture as well. Come on, Blitz. Come on, Blitz. Come on. The presence of Mr. Blitz, this really huge cat, has been requested by a few of you. So we are upstairs, which is the main area of the house that Blitz resides in. It used to be the basement, but the basement currently doesn't have floors there, and it's a little cold for Mr. Kitty. Although I do find him wandering around there sometimes because I find remnants of his fur. And a funny thing, Puka doesn't like it. He doesn't like that we're up here, the cat and I. He wants a part of this party. What I was saying was, a funny thing that happened the other day was that I woke up in the morning to the vase of flowers. If you follow me on Instagram, you saw a picture of it. I'm going to insert it here. That was almost tipping off of the table because somebody had fun with the sunflowers, and perhaps he was like patting the vase a little bit and it almost went off the edge. That would have definitely been an extremely scary thing to wake up to, because I would have thought that definitely somebody broke the window and was trying to break into the house. Another thing is this room, you've probably seen me stretch in it. I show you some outfits in it. It has a little bit of an echo, so that's why I don't film in it. But I'm going to stage this room kind of like a teenage girl, like an older teenage girl or like a young adult type of room. And the reason why I bring that up is because I actually found this picture that I had in my room when I was a young adult that was gifted to me by one of my childhood friends. If you're watching this video, thank you very much. I still have it. So what I'm basically going to do is just recreate this room the way that I probably would have liked it as an alternative to the bedroom I had. Because if you can kind of tell, my style is like black and white a little bit in terms of home decor. And that was also my bedroom style, black and white. So an alternative to that, I think, is going to be like still black and white, because I of course have this picture, but incorporating a little bit more color. I was thinking purples, but you'll have to stay tuned to see how it all turns out. I'm working with some minimal stuff here because I'm not going to buy a totally new bed just to stage a room. I have a small basket of laundry that I'm just going to fold. Not totally particular because, like I've stated before in some of my vlogs, I usually fold things a little bit different by the time it gets to the closet, or I hang them up. But my husband really likes having laundry done every single day, so I do that for him. It is one of the things that I can do to show that I love him. If you couldn't tell by now, this vlog is going to be a little bit of a chatty type of vlog. I guess I could probably consider this a more raw, like unedited vlog, an imperfect end of summer celebration vlog. Every time I try to pick up the camera, nothing goes to plan. I had a lot of cinematography, beautiful things planned for today's vlog with a extraordinary schedule, but we got the call last night reminding us that there was like a family function where our presence is requested. That sounds so formal, but we were unsure if we were going to be invited to this thing because it has to deal with smaller children, and sometimes, you know, you keep that to just like immediate family. That being said, I'm going to carry this vlog into a few days. I lost the cat now. This could be very bad. This is going to sound a little bit like a weird craving, but over the past few days, I have had an overwhelmingly strong craving for curry, like coconutty, spicy, salty curry. And that's what I wanted to make with you today, but unfortunately we have to go to that family function. I mean, it's not unfortunate, of course it's a lot of fun, but this is one of the cookbooks that I've probably made a lot of recipes from, as well as the original Oshi Glows. This one's the Oshi Glows Everyday, and then there's Oshi Glows like the original one. I have made many of these recipes with my friends. It started out primarily as a cookbook that we picked up because it was very popular a few years ago, and one of my friends is vegan, but I am not vegan. I still consume animal products. However, I can say that this is a really good cookbook. All of these recipes are easy, they are delicious, and you would be surprised at how flavorful they are for the fact that there is no meat. So I promise I will include a clip of when I make the coconut curry in a few days, because today I won't be able to make it, tomorrow I'm not going to be able to make it because I have an errand that I have to run that's going to cause for me to probably have to pick up some subs, keeping it real here, but perhaps the day after that. If you're wondering where we are, it's my closet, and the lighting in here is probably not that great, but it's okay. I got a few requests to talk about thrifting. Now, it was a joke the other day when I talked about being an expert thrifter on my Instagram page. However, I have been doing the thrifting consignment store game since I was a teenager because it was actually a skill that my mom taught me. Now, at the time, I was not totally open to it because I felt like I had a little bit of a snobbish perspective towards thrifting because I would ask her why she was thrifting when we didn't necessarily need to be. However, as the years went by, I discovered that it is both an art as well as a wonderful thing to do. You are not creating more waste, it's good for the environment, and a lot of times local thrift stores, even big chains, even though of course big chains have a level of corruption to them, still contribute to charities. A portion of the profit goes to a charity. Taking all that into consideration, thrifting is something that I love doing. I will give you a few tips off the top of my head, I did not even list these down, on how you can become a better thrifter. First up, you have to go consistently. You're also going to want to ask the store when they restock the floor. What is like their major day where they go through everything and it gets put on the floor? Because a lot of times people who work at the thrift stores are going to kind of get first dibs on all of those things. However, there are 3 shifts usually to a day, and people come in earlier before their shift to actually buy those things. So if you find out the day that they're restocking the thrift store and you go like early in the morning, you're at least going to beat the 2 other shifts of people who are going to go through the things on the floor and grab what is best. The next thing I want to say is that you have to shop with your hands. You have to touch the materials. I know it sounds kind of gross because it's a thrift store and people bring in their used stuff. You don't even know if it's washed, but you know, especially with the way the world is now, you have to wash your hands often anyway. So you're going to want to touch the materials as you're going through the racks because it's hard to decipher what is actually made up of a good material and what will captivate your attention. There are 2 ways to shop. You have to shop with your eyes, but you also have to shop with your hands. I also recommend that you check the return or like exchange policy of the thrift store that you're shopping at. The reason why is because if you have an exchange policy, exchange friendly store or return friendly store, what I recommend doing is instead of trying on the clothing there, you bring it home, because sometimes when you're trying on things in a thrift store, it is easy to think that what you're buying is going to actually match or be cohesive with your wardrobe. You might end up purchasing that item, regretting it, and never really wearing it. I recommend that you just take what is interesting to you, you bring it home, and you actually see if it fits in your closet, and you try it on and you see if you have to do any alterations that are worth it to keep the garment. And if you decide against it, you will at least have a better clarity because you're going to be in your house doing that. This is an example of how I went to the thrift store the other day, and all these things in here are returns. There's quite a few items. There are 4 things that I need to return, but I wouldn't have known that if I hadn't actually done that process of bringing them home, trying them on immediately, seeing how they actually line up with the rest of my wardrobe. The next thing I get asked a lot about are aprons, as well as house dresses. Aprons, you have to get them in the fabric section. These are 2 aprons that I just got. Look at how cute this is. This was $2. I know in the States, that's a lot because I know your thrift stores are kind of like 99 cents, but here our thrift stores are more expensive. I also got this one, also $2. You have to look in the fabric section because a lot of times they put their aprons in the fabric section because they think it's like sewing fabric that people are going to use. And the last thing we're talking about are house dresses. These are 2 examples of house dresses that I bought during my thrifting trip. The key to looking for a successful house dress that will cause for you to wear it over and over again is you have to consider the fabric. You have to consider the fit. Preferably it's a little bit flowier. This one is like tight up here, but then flowier down here. And the fabric is very cottony. Very stretchy. This one is actually a cotton dress. I mean, it probably has a little bit of cheapo material blended into that, but you understand what I'm trying to say. Comfort, comfort, comfort. And another key to consistently wearing house dresses is actually having them. These are all of my dresses right here, and these are all dresses that I would feel comfortable wearing almost every single day. My special occasion dresses are stored somewhere else. I understand I'm very lucky to have a lot of these dresses, but this is an accumulation of many years of collecting dresses. So if you just have a few dresses right now, don't fret. Don't feel bad about it, because if you consistently keep looking, you will find house dresses that will last you for a long time. Like I kind of mentioned before, you want it to be spacious because you want to be able to be comfortable and you want to be able to do your housework in the dress. Another perk to that is if you're thinking about having kids, you know me, I am, and hopefully it's going to happen. We will see. It is probably going to be a long journey if you've been around here for a while. Let's not get into that subject again. It really makes me emotional. But I kind of shop for dresses that would still fit me because they're most fitted on the upper portion of my body, but looser down in the second part of my body. I want to ask you something. Let me get a better angle. Am I the only crazy person in the world who changes their bed sheets almost every few days? I can't get a good angle. Let me know, because I change my sheets almost every day. I just like the feeling of clean sheets. Does anybody else out there relate to me? Can you please tell me that I'm normal? My husband doesn't think it's normal.
But I will tell you, it takes a little bit of effort.
It takes some effort. Okay, let's get up. We have a limited amount of time before the next people tee off, because today is the perfect day for golfing. Honestly, it's that perfect September weather. It is so nice outside. Let's go under the willow tree because there are a few things I want to talk to you about. We have a little bit of time. I am so astonished by the beauty of this willow tree today, and it's not like I haven't seen it grown, but the fact that it's the end of the season, as well as the wind, the temperatures are cooler, all of these factors really help for me to actually take notice of how beautiful this tree has grown. Now, you have heard me talk about willow trees before, and you're probably thinking, why does she have an obsession about willow trees? Besides the fact that they are my favorite tree, willow trees also hold a special place in my heart because our wedding song, my husband and I, was called Willow. Now, a couple of weeks ago, I asked for you to share your favorite summer memory on my Instagram, and many of you shared wonderful memories that really spoke volumes on how, even in this chaotic time in the world, we can still find fun family activities that we can do to truly enjoy ourselves and celebrate the art of homemaking, as well as just summer in general. A lot of you said things that I have already done. Somebody said that they went on a picnic, which is on my list of things to do now that the weather has cooled down a bit. I really want to go on a September picnic. Follow me on Instagram, because if I do end up going on this picnic, I will show you clips. Another person said that they enjoyed walking their dogs in the morning as well as the evening, because that's when the temperatures were cooler. That's also something that I did a few times. And before I take a little bit of a rest before we go to the family activity, I wanted to share with you a few recommendations. There's a podcast that was for young Catholic women that reached out to me, asked for me to be a part of their show, and I really want to do that in the future. I've had a few requests for collaborations, and it's something that I'm really interested in. It's just that I'm taking a few months to honestly actually focus on my health and reprogram my hormones. You know the story if you've been here for a while. But I wanted to mention them right now because if you're a young Catholic woman, particularly in college or university, or you are going into that step of your life, you might enjoy this podcast. It is called The Fiat, and I'm going to link everything down below so that you can go check it out. They really do dive deep into Catholic issues that concern young women, particularly those of you who are in school. Another person that I want to recommend for everybody, if you really like my content, and that is Homemaking in Heels. She recently started a channel a few months ago, and I have really been loving her content. I am a true believer in the fact that we need a lot of people in the homemaking and femininity community to be talking about these similar topics, because there might be other people that you could relate to on a more similar level than me. I also think that it is excellent to consume a variety of content because it truly helps you build like a library of knowledge. And I don't really think that only listening to one person is going to get you there. I also think that the more exposure we have about women who are talking about similar topics is the part that we are kind of lacking a little bit, because the modern women's movement does a pretty good job at being a sisterhood, where they kind of do cheer each other on even if they have minor differences. That is something that I really would like to see more of in the femininity and homemaking community, because at the end of the day, it's not really about who's the most popular, who has like the most views, who is like the first person to talk about things on particular subjects. Some people might disagree with that, but what I believe is that none of those like political things really matter, and if we are women who are focusing on those things, it kind of goes against our point of what we're doing. Something my friend mentioned the other day is if we do engage in that kind of behavior, then we're not really proving a point about opting out of the rat race to be more feminine and to take homemaking more serious, because we're kind of just applying applying it to homemaking and femininity. I hope what I'm saying makes sense. You know, in vlogs, I just speak my mind. There's no script or anything of that nature, but that's all I wanted to say. So check out her channel. I'm going to link it down below. I'm going to make an effort to showcase more channels. One of the biggest goals is that I want to grow my channel because I really want to showcase this kind of feminine leadership in this community where we can selflessly promote other women and we can all grow together.
You know I've got to do the classic under the willow tree. Hopefully I don't drop my camera. Don't mind that half my makeup is off, but I have patches in my eyebrows, as you can see, like right here. And I have been trying to use castor oil. I've also used a few other things like Rapid Brow. They're a little bit dark right now because I'm still taking off my makeup. I have to wash my face, but you kind of understand the dilemma that I'm having. Please send me eyebrow help. Let me know your suggestions. I have tried many different things. I have scoured the message boards. I'd really like to not to get the microblading if I can avoid it. I'm just wondering if you have some suggestions for me. Please send eyebrow help. A few other things that I like is this body lotion. I love lavender smell. It is like a more natural body lotion. If you've been here a while, you know that I try to avoid chemicals in my body wash as well as my body lotion, simply due to the fact that I have like a hormonally sensitive system. So artificial like lotions and stuff, I don't judge you if you use them at all. It's just for me, I'm very, very extremely sensitive. That's why I also have to watch my dairy intake. And another thing that I've been using occasionally, not every single day because I do like more of a golden blonde look, is the Sheer Blonde Color Renew, because I haven't had highlights for a long time, since December. But as you could probably tell in some of my videos, I have spots where my hair is more of a dirty blonde, and then I have other spots where my hair is quite light, and that's due to the sun, because after puberty most blondes will darken to more of a dirty blonde hair, and I just find that a purple shampoo helps balance everything out. It doesn't look perfect in my videos but I'm telling you, it would be much worse if I didn't use purple shampoo to at least try to even out the color. So if you are in the same dilemma as me, purple shampoo could be your rescue. Yay, guess what I'm cooking?